my normies and non-normies. Buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches, buenas noches, buenos dias, buenas tardes. Did I just mess that up? I think I did. It was buenas noches, buenas tardes, buenos dias. I messed it up. My bad, y'all. This is my second time doing this, okay? I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb the first time. And the kid's godfather called me. Move, Koa. Move. Bye. I don't need you in between my front of my legs. And interrupted my recording 2 minutes in. So I deleted everything and I'm starting all over again. He is supposed to call back, so I did not put my phone in Do Not Disturb because I'm attempting to buy a van. And the last van I had, I bought it through him from the auction. And if somebody would have returned me my van back, I'd have my van still. And I wouldn't be in need of spending money on another van. So if for any reason we do get cut, I will keep it this time depending on how far I've been into the recording. And I will just continue to record after I'm done. Just heads up, just letting y'all know. But originally, none of this was my content. None of it. I know I missed Monday. Monday was a little hectic, which I didn't really pay attention to my podcast on Sunday. So I was a little bit in my feelings about that. And then I was like, well, forget y'all. I'm not recording no podcast. Which I know is childish, but in reality, hold on, I'm trying to blow my nose here and talk at the same time. And try to blow your nose and talk at the same time is not productive. But in reality, it wasn't really that. That's just me BSing with you guys. I went through another boot camp training for Life Coach Training Institute. And even though I'm already certified, I like to participate in the boot camps. I feel like I always learn something new. And you get to meet new people. And if they're not in the Jumpstart, you wouldn't meet them unless you were in the boot camp. So I feel like it's a good experience. Plus, you, like I said, you build relationships with other like-minded people. And that is what I'm trying to do. Build a relationship with other like-minded people. So the only way to do that is to put myself in areas where they are. And if I'm a life coach now, then I want to be around other life coaches so that I can have something in common with them and not feel like an outsider. Beba, in 10 minutes is your therapy. And not feel like an outsider. In 10 minutes is your therapy. How is this going to work? Because if you can't talk, well, you're going to have to go into the link. It's the same link as the last one, I believe, because I didn't get a new link. And then you're just going to have to somehow just tell her that you might not be able to do, the session, unless it's yes or no questions where you can, shake your head. Alright, so in 10 minutes you gotta log in. Yeah, so sorry you guys, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's hump day. It's hump day, hump day, hump day. It's hump day. It's hump day. It's hump day, hump day, hump day. And guess what? You done made it. You done made it. Pat yourself in the back. You done made it. You done made it to hump day, y'all. I mean, it don't matter how you showed up the last 2 days. You made it to hump day. You're alive and you're kicking. And you done made it to hump day, boo. That is all that matters. I don't care if you don't see it my way, but I'm letting you know. You made it to hump day. You made it. Sorry, I gotta put my phone in charge. The battery's low. You made it to hump day. You made it to hump day. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. You made it to hump day. Hump day, hump day, hump day. Hump day, hump day, hump day. You made it. You made it. You rock. You rock. You got this. You got this. Matter of fact, you did this. You did this. You did this. Oh, let me stop. I know people really think I'm insane. But the sad part is I do have certified papers now officially since my SSI got approved. And I've been waiting for a year and a month to find that out. And finally my SSI has been approved, which is why I can buy the van. Then I have to find a place to live. And if I cannot find a place to live, then I'm going to have to buy a mobile home. Because I gotta have a stable home. I can't keep doing this. And with what happened the last apartment, yeah, I can't live in no apartment complexes like that no more, especially if they're not treating each apartment like it. No, yeah, I can't live that again. I can't. So I'm trying to find a way to be smart with the money that was paid to me in my rearage. And the two things that I intended to do with that was buy transportation and buy a mobile home. But honestly, I don't want to stay in the state that we're in. I really don't want to be here. We've already had such bad experiences here. The full 4 years we've been here, like, it's the state just doesn't sit well with me. So if I have to buy a mobile home, I kind of would like to buy it somewhere else. To be honest with you, I really would like to buy it somewhere else. But I don't know how that's gonna go. I really don't, because I am like really struggling here for a lot of reasons. I would love to be able to leave the state, but in order to do that, I want to have somewhere to go to. I just don't want to end up in another motel until I find a place and go through the same stress over and over again. I want to be able to just leave from here to a home. And in order to be able to even look anywhere around in our area, like in the next state or whatever, I need transportation. Without transportation, I can't do that, since my wheelchair has to go with me so that I can actually, see these homes and see the neighborhood and explore around before I decide am I going to move my family there. Now, with that being said, I have Delano's godfather and the kid's uncle, which is the same person, but to not confuse myself, I kind of separate the titles, but it's the same person. He's Delano's actual godfather, and he started off as Beba's Uncle P. I was her Uncle P. Uncle P can't do no wrong, boy. That man can't do no wrong in that girl's eyes, man. Yes? Oh, you look so pretty. It don't matter if we don't talk to him for months. It doesn't matter if he forgets her birthday. That man to her can't do no wrong. And if you need to tootie booty or anything, please go to the potty. Okay. So, where's my chair? I don't know. Someone take my chair. So, yeah, so I'm going to get the van like I did the last time through him, because at least I know he's going to make sure the van is good. He's going to make sure the van is good. So it's just then figuring out what am I going to do for a living. And the reason, y'all may look at me like crazy and be like, girl, I'll be getting somewhere to live before I get a van. But I'll tell you why I'm not going that route first. Before y'all come for me, before y'all come for my head, which y'all never come for me anyways, but whatever. Before y'all come for me in y'all heads, because y'all may not type nothing to me and say nothing, but whatever. The reason why I need the transportation before the home is for the same purpose I just said right now. I need to be able to ride around and look for a home. So even if we were to stay here where we are in this state, I still need to ride around and look for a home. Like, I've done found a couple of homes a few cities away where they're affordable, and I would love to be able to go see them, but how am I supposed to do that if I can't take my wheelchair with me? And then I got to make sure that, let's say it's a home that I like, I got to make sure my wheelchair can get around that home. I can't just by eye go, oh yeah, I think my wheelchair is going to fit in this hallway, or oh yeah, I think my wheelchair is going to fit in this kitchen. Like, I need to be able to have access to the full entire place. And let me tell you something, by never being handicapped before, in the sense of being in a wheelchair or having any walking problems, I never realized how hard it is to find wheelchair accessible places. And it is a real big struggle. Like, honestly, I done found a lot of places, yeah, but they're either up on the second floor and there's only steps, or the hallways are too small, or the bathroom, like, yeah, I have a bathroom phobia, point blank, period. Always had one since a kid. And if the bathroom ain't clean or spotless, or if it looks like it got mold around, I can't take showers in there. I can't. Like, I just cannot. I will go through hell and back. I don't know. I've always been that way since little. Like, I would never use a public bathroom unless I really, really, really couldn't hold it anymore. And I would hold it for hours. I learned how to control my bladder and my bowel movements for hours because of the bathroom phobia that I have. It is crazy. Like, that phobia is actually worse than the phobia with the roaches. Spin around longer. I don't know if something happened to me when I was a kid that caused me to have the bathroom phobia. I really don't know, but I just know my whole life I've always had it. That's not what I'm talking about. And,
sorry about that.
It's okay, my love. But I do worry about you going diarrhea on yourself because you're a big girl and you should be able to tell the difference, okay? Can you throw that wrapper to your ice cream out, please? It's still on the table. Yeah, it shouldn't have. Look, now your whole table is sticky. We're going to have to clean your table before we start school. I got to get homeschooling her soon, but I wanted to come on here because originally I was irritated about something else, and then Uncle P called and we started talking, but my original...
Can I call my grandma?
I don't have her number. My original Are you going to let me talk? No, I don't. Are you going to let me finish? Thank you. I'd appreciate it if you let me finish. It is rude to cut people off while they're in the middle of talking because you want something. That is called selfish. Please stop being selfish. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I still need to finish this. And if you keep interrupting me, how am I going to finish what I'm doing? Is your conversation more important than mine? No, right? So can my conversation get the respect it deserves, please? Thank you. Excuse you. Excuse you. Thank you. Sorry, you guys. Originally, my content was supposed to be about the little irritation from this morning because my morning did not start how I expected it to start. So I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning with Booger. And I get up that early so that I can have peace and quiet to do my morning pages, my affirmations, the Pause app, YouVersion app, and read a verse of the Bible. But, unfortunately, little Miss Know-It-All over here woke up earlier than she was supposed to. And whenever she wakes up, she feels like everybody has to be entitled to, like she just starts manipulating your time, starts manipulating what you're trying to do, and doesn't allow me to focus. And it irritates me because the reason why I'm getting up so early is so that I can start the day in a positive way, so that I can continue to have a positive day and not start it triggered. But no, yesterday morning and this morning, she woke up extremely early and interrupted everything that I was trying to do, which then makes me have a very difficult day, and it makes me start the day in a negative way, and I don't want that, and it frustrates the daylight out of me. So that was the first thing that happened. And then the second thing is the bus app that we use to track the bus to make sure that my son got on the bus, because we've been trying to give him a little more independence and have him go to the bus stop, which is just the front of the building, on his own and wait for the bus. The app showed up as if the bus never picked him up. Now, if I asked me, should she go check if he was in the front, but I was already trying to call the bus company and email the school, to let them know that I'm going to try to get him there. Now, I should have answered her question and said yes, but when I'm zoned in on focus, like, I'm already irritated. I'm already trying not to spaz. So I didn't answer. And I just expected her common sense, which there is no, she struggles with common sense, to just go and check for me. So when I called the bus company, like, oh, it shows up like the bus, arrived. So I snapped at the lady a little bit. Then I hung up, emailed the school back to say, my bad, like, we didn't. By the time she went to go check, he really wasn't there anymore, so he was on the bus. But the app didn't give the correct information. And because I'm in a wheelchair, it's hard. I can't get the wheelchair in and out of the room, so I can't go check for myself. And then in order for me to get the wheelchair off of the sidewalk, I have to go through this grass, and then, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. And it just made me feel more handicapped, and it just made me feel more codependent, because I would have had some legs, I would have just went over there and checked myself. Then it irritated me with my son, and when he gets home from school, we're gonna have a long talk. I done told him plenty of times, I understand he likes to use the phone for games and all of that, but it's really actually for us to be able to contact him. So he has the bad habit of putting the phone in airplane mode so that there won't be any ads or commercials interrupting his game time. And when I text him to ask him that the bus pick him up, I still haven't even gotten a response, and it's 10 in the morning, he's already in school. But if he wouldn't have had his phone in airplane mode, he would have gotten my text, he would have been able to answer, and I would have never called the bus company. But, you know what I'm saying, it irritated me as a parent. It made me mad with myself, because I couldn't walk to the front to go see for myself if he was on the bus or not. And my daughter didn't go check until after I already made the call. And it just made me feel really handicapped, for real, for real. It really made me feel like, girl, you can't even go check to see if your own child had made it on the bus, child. Like, what are you doing? And it just puts a highlight spot on my handicap. And that within itself is very stressful, because I'm still trying to process the fact that I'm in a wheelchair. I mean, now that SSI got approved, it's even a bigger smack in the face. Like, bitch, wake the fuck up. When are you going to realize that this is your life now and you have to move accordingly? And it's not that I don't realize it, but it's like, I don't want to accept it, because I still have faith that I won't need it permanently, I guess you can say, or I still have faith that I'll be able to walk a little bit more than what I do walk now. But I'm not gonna lie, I realized yesterday when I went to the store, so our Nana, the neighbor, let me use her car to go to the mailbox to pick up Beva's psych meds that were delivered to the mailbox. Since the insurance won't approve it, they gave us a sample for a month to see if it works on her. I had to go pick that up, and I went to go get some cigarettes. But Beva was the one that did the mailbox, so I didn't really peek much of anything. But when we walked into the gas station store, because Stank had to go to the bathroom, and I was gonna get, my cigarettes and my wraps, and let the girls pick a snack out, I realized walking to, the door was a struggle. And then I had to stand up for a while and wait for the cashier, because the cashier was helping somebody in the other area, because they sell food there too, and they appear to be short-staffed. So she went potty, Beba. Beba. So did you go poopies or not? You have to wait. So what do you want me to do? Oh, she can't talk today. Like, her voice literally. So one of the problems that we've noticed since the car accident happened, her autism will take over and won't allow her to actually talk. She'll try to talk, but nothing literally comes out at all.
Oh yeah, next time you're gonna send me an email, that's no problem. Oh goodness.
Well, it didn't dawn on us. It didn't dawn on us because my son's bus said it never picked him up, and then we were trying to fight to see if the bus did pick him up, and she went to go check. I had called the bus company, and I think that's what actually literally like brought on her stress level. And then literally like 10 minutes before, I was like, Beba, you have therapy today. How are we gonna do this? But it didn't. Like, it slipped because I was trying to make sure my son made it to school. So it just slipped my mind. And then I was like, I forgot. You need to actually talk. Like,
yeah, that's no problem. Yeah, just make sure she journal today.
Yeah, I'll have her. Yeah, I have her do that journal, and then I introduced what I call morning pages, which is emptying out like your feelings and your emotions when you first wake up, so that you can let go of whatever you were, carrying in your sleep or from the day before. So we started that. I gotta push her to do it though, because she's not really, because she's not really a journal person. She's not one to actually like really write unless she was writing stories, but she stopped writing stories a long time ago too. So it's like, just to get her to write now, it's like, girl, can you just write it down, please? Just follow the process. Trust me, it'll work. Just follow it. That's why we used to do the drawing journals, where she would just draw the stuff and then write it in the back. That was my compromising with her, since I couldn't get her to write. But it just happens randomly. It's not like, it'll literally happen to her. She'll be talking 1 minute, and then the next minute she can't talk anymore. And we be trying to figure out what may have triggered it or what may have caused it, but we still can't pinpoint it. Like, it's out of the blue. It's been since the car accident, so it's been a year now, and we still cannot pinpoint what causes it.
It's gonna be a whole specialist you're trying to have to figure that out.
Yeah, because we can't, like, I don't really, honestly, it's like, it's new to me. Like, it's completely... It's complete. But I have her, besides her coaching with me, she's going to start this weekend coaching with an actual autistic coach who is a life coach as well. So he has autism, and he works with people with autism to help them understand themselves and things like that. So this weekend she's going to start. So I'm hoping that'll help, some of the stuff that comes on because of the autism, and help her to understand like herself a lot better, so that she can function, with the rest of us, communication wise. Yeah, that's why when I found him, I was like, yeah, we need to work together. I was like, I'll help you build your business, and you help me with my kids.
Yes, that works. That definitely works hand in hand. But I hope she will come to a point where she can talk again.
I hope so too.
A deep meditation. Just relax today.
Yeah, that's what she really does need to do. But next time, if I remember, because literally it didn't dawn on me to the last minute. I'm just sitting here like, okay, I know she got therapy, but it didn't dawn on me, okay, she got to talk. And she's not talking.
Oh, yes, definitely not.
But if anything does happen like that, I'll try to remember to email you, and then obviously put two and two together, therapy talk,
Yes, most definitely. Well, you all have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Alright. Sorry, you guys. Low key, I forgot that for therapy she's gotta talk. So she has therapies on Wednesday, and because of what happened with Delano this morning and the bus and that stress and all of that, her voice went, and this is a new thing that her autism has been doing since the car accident, and we don't know why. I am assuming, and it's my assumption and my opinion, that it happens whenever she beats herself up. Like, I was mad because she didn't go check to see if Delano was there, even though I never answered the question for her, but I wasn't really mad at her. I was more mad at my son for not responding back to the text message, because if he would have responded back to the text message, I would have never emailed the school or called the bus company, and obviously I wouldn't have had to tell her to go check on him. So I think she took that stress, the stress that I was feeling, and portrayed it to herself and was beating herself up. And I believe that when she does that, that is when her voice leaves. And literally she'll try to talk, but nothing comes out. Instead, she'll use this app that she has where she types in what she wants to say, and it'll talk it back for her so that we can hear what it is that she has to say. And that's how she has to actually communicate with us whenever this does happen. But for some particular reason, my neurological things, you feel me, did not put two and two together that therapy requires talking. She can't talk right now, which means therapy should have been rescheduled. But this is why I don't like when my mornings start negative. This is why I don't like when I don't get to have that peace and quiet during my morning routine so that I can meditate and focus. I'm building my vibration up and loving myself so I can be ready for whatever the day has to come. You feel me? Has for me. Like whatever obstacles, trials and tribulations, struggles, blessings, whatever the day has to come, has for me to come, I want to be ready for it. And that's why I be trying to start my days in a positive format. But whenever something negative seems to happen during that time, it carries on over for the rest of the day. So that's why I decided to record my podcast early before homeschool and stank, to try to let out some of, the negative vibrations and the thoughts and the feelings and the emotions. I don't want to keep carrying them throughout the day. That is not how I want my day to be. Today is hump day. I done made it to the middle of the week, okay? So I'm proud of myself, for I am awake, I am alive, and I am blessed, okay? And I want that to be the vibration that I have for hump day. I don't want it to be a negative vibration. I want it to be one of kindness and self-love and self-awareness. So, yeah, it's just difficult. It's difficult. But I'm sorry for getting a little bit sidetracked. I just had to let her therapist know since she couldn't tell her therapist. And then I was talking to you guys about why I'm buying a van first. I don't know if I ever did get to actually explain that. See, this is another reason why I like for my days to start the way that I need them to start. Like right now, my brain is scatterbrained everywhere, and even though I'm listening to the music to keep me focused, I can't remember if I really finished explaining to you guys why I was buying the van first, which is where my conversation was. At least the last thing that I remember, that's where my conversation was. And now I don't remember if I finished it or not. This neurological thing ain't no joke. Like, it really does fuck with me. It gets my days blended. It gets my time blended. Like, I'll be thinking only an hour or two has gone by, and then when I look, it's been like 6-8 hours, and I'm like, where the hell did the day go? Or I'll be thinking one day done went by. Like, I'll be thinking it's like, okay, when I say one day went by, okay, let's say I try to send 2 to 3 inspirational or motivational emails to my email list. And I usually like them to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'll do, let's say, like I sent Fridays out. And I know the weekend is only 2 days, but for some reason, Monday will creep up and I'll be like, wait, hold on. Even though I'll remember that it's Sunday that day, for some particular reason, it still won't click to me. Girl, write that email so it can be sent out 7 o'clock tomorrow morning like you want it to be. Don't wait till tomorrow morning because you wake up at 7. That means you're going to have to get up early, and then you're going to be mad if you didn't really get to get any sleep, or if you kept waking in and out of sleep. That means you're going to be super tired. So Sunday will go by, and all of a sudden it'll hit me Monday morning. Oh my God, it's Monday. Where did the time go? Dude, you just told yourself yesterday. It literally, like, it's annoying. And then I literally have to put reminders on my calendar to pop up the day before, the hour before, 30 minutes before, 15 minutes before, 10 minutes before, so that I don't forget I have an appointment or something, or a coaching session, or a client, or whatever the case may be, or a training, and I don't want to miss it, or the kids have something coming up, or an appointment or something, and I don't want to miss it, or reminders of when I'm supposed to be receiving contact for something, so that I don't forget that if I don't hear back from that person, to reach out the next day and things like that. Because if I don't put these reminders, honestly speaking, my days will blend. I will think only like a day or two pass by, and then by the time I really check a calendar and really sit down to register the time frame, it done been like, 4 days. And I'm like, where did the 4 days go? I don't remember doing anything in these 4 days, like, for this to be so, Like, for real, like, what the fudge is going on? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop it here, because I do not remember if I got to thoroughly explain, but I don't want to repeat myself on this one, so I'm gonna stop here and continue. Yeah, and continue down the line, I guess we could say, because I don't recall if I did or did not get to finish telling you guys, but this way I can watch the video really quick and find out if I did or didn't. So I'm just gonna stop it here. Alright, y'all. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then if I find that I didn't talk about it, then I will just come back on and talk about it. Alright, later, y'all. Sorry, I am back, you guys. This is part 2 for YouTube on the podcast. And podcast, it all goes together, but it's still part 2 for you guys. But it'll be published together. So, I listened back to my audio because I wanted to make sure that I don't repeat anything. And I realized that, 1, I didn't get to finish explaining all the way to why I was going to look for a van before a mobile home, before a home. And then 2, I didn't get to finish explaining how I realized my legs are doing worse than what they were before. So let me start off with finishing the reasons why I'm looking for a van before the mobile home. So we do DoorDash, and I'll drive beba delivers, and that'll allow us to bring in income. And a lot of the people, the response to why we can't buy a van or rent a home is because my debt to income ratio is not good. So because my income is low and my debt is high, I have a car loan from the car that I allowed to be repoed because we were going to leave anyways, and it was destroyed. It's a whole nother story, but whatever. And because of the rent debt that they put up there, even though it dropped from its original price to way lower than what it was, when you combine those two things and then combine my income is not compatible to the debt. So I get a lot of, sorry, we can't because your rent to your income to debt ratio. And I figured by buying a van, not only does it allow me to go look for places where I don't have to try to count on somebody to take me, because it's very hard to find anybody to take me anywhere. It'll allow me the freedom of, while Booger's in school, I could be out looking for a spot, or making money. So I know that I can at least make the money to pay for, if I do get the van, through Uncle P, there's no car note. It's bought off just as is. And he'll do, whatever little fixes and repairs that it needs, or whatever the case may be. But all I have to worry about is making the money for the insurance and taxes, and extra income. So I know that with the van, I can pay for the van itself by door dashing or Uber eating. Plus, it'll get me out of the room. It'll give us a bigger chance of being able to find a place to live. And if we do want to move out of state, it'll give us the opportunity to just take a weekend and be like, let's go check over here, let's go check over there. Like, I can actually look up for places and, go see them, not just look at them on the computer and then be like, well, should I try to apply and waste the application money, or should I try to, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what the place actually looks like in person. And these could be pictures to a whole different place that they're showing you. So I'm really skeptical and not trusting. So that's the reason why I'm trying to get the van before a home. Then another part that I was contemplating on, I was thinking about just leaving this motel that we're at because of the rats and the roaches, and going to another motel so that Delano can finish his 8th grade at the school that he's at, since he's thriving and doing so good before I decide to leave this state. So let him finish the school year that he just started and then move out of state. But this would give me, baby, that's too loud. Yeah. This would give him the opportunity to at least finish at the school. And since he's comfortable and thriving and happy, I don't want to rock his boat, you know what I'm saying, in his last year of middle school and make life a little bit harder. So I figured we can let him finish. And because it's already September, if I find a place like October or November, I would be obligated to keep the lease up until that time frame. And that means I would have to let him start school here and then root him up again. So I figured if I go to another motel that does not have... Yes, I'm kind of recording, Mama. No, it's way too early for a popsicle. Sorry. You have to wait. Correct. It's too early for soda too. I need to finish this so we can do your homeschooling, okay? So no, because you don't like it. It has garlic and tomato on it. So I'm trying to, think about him too. Like, I don't really want to rock his boat if I don't have to. So I figured if I go to a different motel, I just can't see myself paying the amount that they want here to live with rats. Like, I really can't. Last night I got woken up out of my sleep so many times from Koa trying to attack them suckers to either kill them or make them run back out the way that they came in. And she doesn't, she's a dog, so she will jump on whatever's there and doesn't care if she's knocking everything down. And then it's frustrating because it's hard to, maintain it clean if she's knocking everything down trying to get these suckers. So I figured if we move to another one that accepts pets, the only downside is it's one room, not two rooms like here where it's, the bedroom and then the living room / kitchen. But there's a possibility there's a big possibility I will not be living with rats. And then I should be able to get a wheelchair accessible room so that I can actually wheel myself in and out of the room whenever. And hopefully it would be, a wheelchair accessible bathroom as well, which would make it easier for me to take a shower. So that was another plan that I was trying to do, because Delano himself doesn't like this state either. So I figured I'll give him a fresh start. This time he'll be prepared for it. He'll know what's coming along the way, and it won't be like when we left Connecticut. So I figured if we leave, let's say school ends in June. I think it ends at the end of May, beginning of June. We can just look for a place starting like April, May, for when school ends, and then hopefully be able to move from here to a place out of here. But this would give us time to go search a place, look for a place, come back and forth, because there's a couple of states that are not that far that we can go check out. So that's the other plan that I was thinking was just moving out of here and going to another spot until school is over, and then actually leaving. Now that I know that I have my SSI, which is another thing that I was waiting for, I could, go that route. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what to do. Because if I do have to buy a mobile home, then I want to be able to start that process beforehand. So I can start looking for a place to live. If I can't find a place, then I can start looking to see about buying a mobile home and doing that route. But I don't want to stay in this state, so I didn't want to buy one here, just stay for it with a year and then try to sell it. That's going to be a lot of work, especially because it's not going to be paid off. So I'm a little stuck with that, okay? And the story that I was saying before I had to talk to the therapist for beba was that while I was waiting for the cashier, and waiting for the kids to use the bathroom at the gas station, I realized my legs aren't as strong as they were a couple of months back. My back started to swell up, and my left leg started to not want to cooperate with me, so it was a struggle standing there waiting. And then it was a struggle to walk back to the car. And that just pretty much is another smack in the face, bam. Hello, what do you think you're doing? Like, if you fall, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? So, yeah, those are the other two things that I didn't really get to talk about in the first podcast recording. And like I said, I'm trying to stay where I finish my topics. So that is the reason why I was thinking about doing the van first. Yesterday's walking, that little bit of walking that I did made me realize that, yeah, I can get around in here slow and steady, you know what I'm saying? But out in the real world, I need that wheelchair. I need that wheelchair with me. I need that wheelchair so that I can be, so I'm able to move around. And that is the main reason why I was going for the van first. Plus, I feel like it'll be easier for me to get the van than it'll be for us to find a place to live. But then my other dilemma is the van would be bought all the way back in Connecticut. So I would have to figure out how to get the van from Connecticut to me. And that's the other frustrating piece. Because I don't want to pay for transportation. You know what I'm saying? That's going to cost, he said, anywhere between $400 and $600. That's $400 and $600 I can still keep in the bank account. I'm figuring the only way I could probably do it was if I got a rental where I can drop it off in Connecticut, then pick up the van and bring my ass back. But that's a lot of hours to drive on my own, and that's a lot of hours to drive without somebody else, sharing the drive with me. That's a lot of hours. Then I figured maybe I could try to find somebody in CT that could bring me the van. But I don't know who's gonna be willing to drive 8.5 hours to bring me a van. And then how am I gonna get them back home? Is the other issue. Like, I really don't know how to pull this off. I really don't. But I know that I can get a better van if I buy it that way than if I try to search for myself, because I've been trying to search and I've been trying to find, but it has been very, very hard to find something that will be worth me spending a good amount of money. So that's the dilemma that I'm in. And this whole entire time that we've been here, this year and whatever that we've been here, I've been trying to find, 1, a place to live, and 2, a van. But without money, it was hard to do. But now that I have the money, it's still going to be hard to do because, again, I don't have the mobility to be able to just hop into a car and say, okay, let me go check this place out. Okay, let me go check that place out. I can't. And then down here, it is very difficult to find apartments that are wheelchair accessible. I've been struggling. Before, I didn't have to worry about that piece, but now it's a struggle. It's really a struggle to find places that are wheelchair accessible. And like I said in my last one, I didn't know that hold on. I got a text message from my therapist. I literally forgot that so I forgot I had therapy today at 12:30, and she was confirming that we were still gonna meet. For some reason, I thought it was next week. But yeah, so that is my dilemma. That is where I'm stuck at. I'm trying to be smart with what I do. I have been praying to God and asking Him to please guide me and show me the way of which way I should take, which route I should take. Because I was really stuck between finding a place to live and then getting a van, because my dilemma is this. Okay, let's say I do find a place to live. and it takes the majority of my income, how am I going to provide for the kids? Yeah, we'll have a roof over our heads and the bare necessities, but then how are we going to get everything else? So I figured with the van, I can continue to bring the income, do door dashing, and whatever we need, you know what I'm saying, we can use that money, and our SSIs can be used, you know, to survive on. Because this income to debt ratio is a big deal. So I'm trying to make the correct decision and make the right move that'll work for my family. But that's pretty much what I didn't get to complete in the first part of the podcast. So I decided to finish touching bases on it so that I can leave you guys with a clearer understanding of where my mind frame is and what I'm attempting to do. If I don't work hard for my babies, who is? Nobody else is going to do it. And it sucks to not have no support. And then it sucks for those that are supposed to support you, don't. But it is what it is. It's life. I'm used to it. I'm used to not being supported. I'm used to, oh, you always make it work. Man, do you really think I always want to try to make it work? No, I don't. It'd be nice if things could just work out for me without me always having to find a way to make it work. And especially when it comes to me needing support. Like, why do I always have to be my own support? I mean, it'd be nice if I could have other people be supportive and actually support. But it is what it is, you know? You gotta do what you gotta do, and you gotta make it work any way that you can. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Make it work any way that I can. I think that's about it, though, you guys. I'm getting tired. I ate a slice of pizza so I could take my medication, and it literally just made me sleepy right now. This is not an energized food for me. I have no business eating pizza. Not if it's going to make me tired like this. No, I don't. But I really feel like I can benefit from a nap. Oh, that hurted. Just rubbing my arm hurted. That hurted bad. Oh, it's swollen right here, too. Ew. You see that, you guys? Right there? You see the lump? Sorry, podcasters, I can't see, but the people in the video should be able to see. But it hurts right there, boy. All I did was rub my arm, and that hurted, and I just had a fly on me. And it hurted. That was not cool. But that is the end for the podcast. I hope you guys have a blessed and amazing day. And don't forget to make it count. It is hump day. You've made it this far, you guys. So you can keep on pushing. Keep on pushing till Friday. Build your vibration. Give yourself some self-love. You know, talk to yourself. Let yourself know how amazing and awesome you are and how you got this and you're doing a darn thing, okay? All right. Love y'all. Peace.